how can my mission work with your mission to make impact in our city?
Is that everybody doing their part moves the pendulum collectively.
It takes everyone to build, but we have to do it on a common ground in order to shift poverty.
Rochester, New York, home of Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony, home of the Lilac Festival and Jazz Fest, and home of a very complicated and deeply rooted systemic problem. We've tried for decades to address poverty, and we haven't been as successful. Now, we are doing something different. Collective Impact recognizes that this fight against poverty is not owned by just one of us. It needs to be owned by all of us, from nonprofit organizations, businesses, government decision makers, and most importantly, those who are directly impacted by poverty.
Poverty requires all hands on deck.
You need more. You need everybody working together. You can't just have 5 people, can't have 10 people, can't have 15 people.
Sometimes people stay in their silos and don't pass information on because it's like, I want to stay ahead of them. But it's enough money and opportunities for everybody to grow together.
We don't all have to be doing the same thing, and those of us who are doing the same thing don't have to do it in the same way, as long as it has a positive outcome.
Collective Impact is an intentional way of working together collaboratively and breaking through silos with a shared vision of change and commitment to making a difference. What does this look like? This looks like working towards progress with a focus on continuously learning, growing, and improving. Doing work as a collective that is mutually reinforcing, all aimed at the larger goal of reducing poverty and being accountable to measuring and tracking our efforts. Another key component of collective impact is building trust and relationships with one another and ensuring that the voices and lived experience of those who are the most impacted by poverty are involved and incorporated in every aspect of our efforts.
Community engagement is certainly about developing and maintaining strong relationships where people can understand that although we work for different organizations, different groups, our overall goal is to ensure that Rochester shines.
Community engagement to me is right there in the trenches with you. It's not about building new trenches, it's about pulling people out of these trenches and really making people understand that you're for them and they're for you. I'm not free if you're not free.
We all have a part to play.
Through YBOV, we do community outreach events, so we get to hear from the youth and their feedback, and then we go and act on it.
Success for Rochester. Now I'm biased. I work in childcare. That's my baby. So success for Rochester looks like employer-funded daycares to me. We're piloting that.
Outside of my job, I work for a community action organization, so I've been about community for 13 years.
I always offer myself in any way possible. So I speak Spanish, and so sometimes it looks like seeing someone struggling to speak English, and it's like, I can jump in. I can do this part for you. I can take care of this for you and translate and get you what you need in that instance.
The challenges that we face didn't happen overnight, and there's no magic silver bullet to fix it. We will be met with successes and failures. The key here is to stick together, focus our efforts, and always pick ourselves back up and try again. There is so much to be hopeful for Rochester.
I hope for Rochester is that we continue to grow. I hope that we don't fall back even though we have in the past. I hope we just continue to progress and go in the future.
I really am hopeful for where Rochester is going. And I think my hope comes from the amount of young people that I work with, the parents that I work with, the opportunity to see them hope and desire for more than their current circumstances.
I have high hopes for Rochester. I always think about the positive, and I feel that even though we have some challenges, we have some good things going on in Rochester. I feel that we have a mayor that's for the people and about the people. I feel that we have organizations that are for the people and about the people. And my hope is that we can work together, and my hope is that we can build trust with one another.
We're fighting for the same initiatives. We're fighting for the same issues. Let's fight together.
How are you contributing to our community's collective impact? Please share with us the ways you are helping make Rochester the best place to live for everyone. visit us at www.endingpovertynow.org. That's www.endingpovertynow.org.